taxpayers, you're back with MrTaxes.ca with special guests and our special co-host. Make sure and tune in weekly Wednesday mornings, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Central. Remember to subscribe and remember to smash, bash, and kick it in the you-know-what with that like button if you want more videos like this. And there you have it, our intro for week number
31
of the Dollar Tax Club weekly side hustle for your side hustle webinar. And remember, if you're watching this on the replay on YouTube, remember to like, subscribe, and smash that the like button. Smash something. It's somewhere around the screen here, probably down below somewhere in the comment section.
Subscribe button.
There you go. Smash that subscribe button.
Yeah.
So I'm Robert Stone. This is our special co-host, Jesse Garnier. Hey, everyone.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, things are starting to get lively. Week 31, we're starting to get the hang of things. We were catering to the mortgage industry for sign up for our affiliate program, and those signups are going fast. You know, we said we were going to limit it to 40. We're at our 40 now, so we're going to, transition a bit back to financial planning. That's what we do best. But the webinars, the first 30 of this year, were just getting the feel of things, getting used to the new software, Webinar Jam, getting our affiliate program fine-tuned. I believe it's fine-tuned now. Now we're starting to pour gas on it with a little bit of marketing effort. We had our social media post going. Jesse's working on the paid ads now. Just in time for tax season to kick things off in January.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things are getting exciting.
It takes a while to get things off the ground, like a jumbo jet or a freight train. It takes a while to get it going. But once it's going, hard to stop. Saw a movie last night. What was it? Bullet Train with who was in that one?
I feel like I've heard of it, but I don't know. But yeah, it's momentum. Once you get that momentum, it's hard to slow it down.
Ryan Reynolds was in, did a little cameo in Bullet Train. The women in the crowd let us know that was Ryan Reynolds and Brad Pitt, but it was quite the movie. I give it maybe a 6 out of 10. It wasn't up there with Elvis or Top Gun.
Most of the women out there would probably give it a 9 out of 10, though. Yeah,
just for the 30 seconds that Ryan Reynolds was in the movie. You should have heard them gasp when he jumped up on the screen. I think half the gasps were from some of the men in the crowd, but we were in New West.
That's funny.
So let's get these slides going. People are waiting to hear about what they're going to hear about, and that's exactly it. On number 2, what you're going to learn. What you're going to get today is a prelude to what's coming up. Our next guest that's coming on next week. Our fall series, which we do every year, is the 5 circles of financial planning. The 5 key areas that you need to get control of to get your finances in order. We always have our tax tips, our jokes, motivation. Jesse's going to come on with some, a few marketing tips for those in our affiliate program. He might give us a sneak preview. He's always got a surprise for us. I think it's a surprise for Jesse too some weeks.
Sometimes.
Yeah, and then we always have Q&A. So make sure and get your questions in. If you're watching this on the replay, there will be links at the end of the webinar to get a hold of us to get your questions answered. Join the Dollar Tax Club to get your first hour consultation free. You can ask all your questions there. Then we can see if there's a good fit, see if it's worthwhile working together, see if there's anything that we can help you with, and see if there's anything we can learn from you. Pretty simple. Jesse nailed it. Week 31 for 2022. And I believe we're going to have 52 this year because we do have them once a week.
Yeah, there should be 52.
Grade 3 math tells me there will be 52. We may have a few webinar series in between, which are not part of the Dollar Tax Club weekly affiliate webinar, but we do have series that are posted on YouTube. So check that YouTube channel. If you're watching this again on the replay, check the other video archives on our YouTube channel. Lots of tax planning stuff. If you're in the affiliate marketing world, Jesse always has some golden nuggets that he throws out there. At least 1 or 2 a week. But international rules. You got to be in it to win it. You got to be on the webinar or watch the replays. And again, smash that subscribe button. Like, subscribe, comment. So who am I? Who am I to be talking about financial planning? Well, I'm licensed financial planner, licensed in securities and insurance. Also run an accounting practice. We grew it by 2015 to 42 offices, 300 staff, doing 25,000 returns annually. Sold that off in December 2015. So 2016, we had a 3-year non-compete. When we came back, took about a year to get going in late 2019, 2020, became members of the Canadian Franchise Association. And that's what we're doing now. So if you're in the financial planning industry, if you're an insurance agent, mortgage broker, and you're looking to complement what you're doing with tax services, to use as a loss leader, that's how we've used it very successfully to bring clients on board. And it's one of the first steps in the 5 circles of financial planning, getting your taxes in order, getting your debt and taxes in order. But we'll have a little more on that a little later in the webinar. And our special co-host every week, bringing it to you live.
Yeah, so my name is Jesse Garnier. I've been a digital online entrepreneur since 2016, been full-time since, almost the very beginning. I have been able to get to #1 in sales for 3 different global companies that I've ever promoted and worked with, products I was selling through affiliate marketing of different companies. And right now I'm doing a lot of coaching and consulting, helping people build their systems out, automate their processes, and just essentially take ideas and turn them into reality. As well as a couple of years ago, I got my life insurance license because of a personal story that I felt passionate about life insurance. And so I got my license and I was starting to help people with that part of life. And so when I met with Rob and the team at Mr. Taxes, they needed some help with building their affiliate program, which is my #1 passion, just, doing the automations and stuff. But then we started talking more and found out there's a whole Mr. Insurance division, and I was life insurance licensed, and it just kind of worked out well to a point where now I'm working on that side of it as well.
And that's circle number 2 in the 5 circles of financial planning is life insurance. Your #1 asset is your ability to earn an income and provide for yourself and your family. We always say if you're in a relationship, will your widow be able to dress as nice as your spouse? Your fatherless children be able to do all the things they did when your father was around, or your mother, or your siblings. Lots of uses for life insurance. We get 9 separate uses out of the top 10 that you can utilize life insurance for while you're still alive. And we'll get into those. We're going to run that series starting in September. So 4 more episodes. If you're watching this on the replay, and it's September 22, you can find these series, these 5 webinars that we're going to put together starting the first Wednesday in September. You'll be able to watch those on the replay as well. Okay, joke of the day. Don't want to pay taxes? Easy, just stop making money. But who wants to do that? There's better ways of not paying taxes. Most of our corporate clients don't pay any personal income tax. How is that possible? Well, you can pull $30,000 in dividends out of your corporation tax-free, saving 15% of every dollar you make by pulling that first $30,000 out in dividends. If you're in a spousal relationship, married or common law, same sex or not, because they've removed the sex question off of the tax return as of 2021 tax returns. But you can pull, in essence, $60,000 out if you're in a relationship tax-free. And there's ways of getting additional money out of the corporation as well without paying taxes. Retained earnings can come out against a capital dividend account using corporate-owned life insurance. Lots of strategies we'll talk about. We'll get into those in September. But who wants to stop making money? Jesse went down to Mexico this past winter. Are you going to do that trip again, Jess?
Probably not. We like the structure with the young kids and school and stuff like that. So probably not this year.
Well, how long before they're out of school and you can go back to Mexico? Not soon enough, I bet.
Well, our youngest one starts grade 1 this year, so
you got a few years to go. You got a few years to go. We were just watching Angela Calla. Shout out to Angela Calla, AC Inc. she was M&M Meats. She was a daughter of the founder of M&M Meats. So she grew up in the franchise world, and she's running a consulting firm now for franchisors. And they run a getaway. They did one last year in Mexico. They're going to do another one this year in January. So we're going to look into it. Last year, it was right in the middle of April. And she said, "Oh, Rob, can you and your team come down?" I said, "Unless we can run the tax center from the resort in Mexico, April's our busiest season. You wouldn't run a Santa Claus convention in end of December, would you?" No. So you gotta plan around these things, but it would be interesting to go. And she limits it, I think, to 30 or 40 franchisors. So these are all the top franchisors across North America. You know, the big guns go down, and you get to spend, I think, 10 days with them. We'll get more information on that, and maybe get Angela on our webinar one week and let her talk about it. You know, help promote it and get some insights from her on business. You know, she's got a history, and I believe they were, you know, a 500 million company with 600 plus locations that they had. So very, very formidable business person, Angela Calla. And M&M Meats, I remember going there as a kid. I remember they had one at the Langley Willowbrook Mall, and behind the mall beside Red Robin. You know, they were revolutionizing the way food was being distributed way before packaged food was even a thing. So you have to adapt with industry.
Yeah.
Side hustle. Jesse knows all about the side hustle.
Yeah, for sure. So the side hustle for your side hustle. That's the Dollar Tax Club. This is a great addition to anything that you're doing. And our goal here is not to take your attention away from anything that you're doing or anything that you're working on. It's simply to add tools to your tool belt, resources, you know, add things that you can provide to your clients, your customers, your family, your friends, people that could use these services, and see how you could help them and support them in accomplishing their goals, their financial goals. Maybe they have money sitting there waiting that they overpaid in taxes over the last 10 years, right? You don't know. They don't know. Only Mr. Taxes knows.
Yeah, we can dig into that. But more importantly, for affiliates, those in the affiliate industry, one of the biggest lures for recruiting in the affiliate industry is, hey, start your own business and you can, you know, save on taxes. And then they go, well, how do I do that? And you're like, well, not sure. Send them to the Dollar Tax Club. Tell them if you want to know more how to save tax. That's what this program is for. It was specifically designed for affiliates and referral program. And it's very easy to start your own business. It costs you $1 to get involved with us. And it's the number one tax strategy in our top 10 tax tips in the Tax Saving Bible, the 10 Commandments of Tax Savings. Tip number 1, we have 5 stories in there, and that book will be coming out again for January this year, just in time for tax season. We have 5 entrepreneurs in there in chapter 1 talking about how they started their side hustle, why they left the day-to-day grind. You know, that 1 hour commute, an hour getting ready in the morning to leave, that's, you know, an hour back. That's 3 hours a day of your life wasted when you could be working at home, you know, like Jesse, or spending time, you know, traveling and working from the beach. You see it all over the internet, but it is possible. Very possible. Jesse's living, breathing proof. So what's in our program? So what's in it for clients? What's in it for brokers? What's in it for the Dollar Tax Club? So this is specifically for mortgage brokers, what the diagram we have up on the screen. But for mortgage brokers, what's in it for them is they can get their clients' tax documents. We deal with the clients directly. So if a mortgage broker refers clients to us, they get a 20% referral fee, number 1, for the first year, and then 5% for life. But more importantly, if they refer clients to us, they can access their documents 24/7. We actually get them a complete dump from the CRA account, supply that to the client, and then they can supply you as a mortgage broker with whatever documents you need to get the approval done for their mortgage. What's in it for clients? Well, we do the 10-year tax review. We go through the 5 circles of financial planning, which you'll be able to watch here at the beginning of September. We have a 5-part series talking about number 1, debt and tax. Well, I won't let the cat out of the bag. We'll show them that a little bit later here in the webinar. Gotta keep people tuned in. And what's in it for us? Well, for us, more clients, more referrals, more business, and we get to save more tax dollars for clients, which is our number one mission statement. Minimize tax, maximize wealth.
Yeah. It's a well-rounded, well thought out plan of attack that helps everybody.
Yeah, and the affiliate program, more importantly, again, for affiliate program, if it's a mortgage broker, which we're previewing here, we'll cater this. We'll have another episode on affiliate programs. I believe we do have a couple that are on the YouTube channel already, so you'll have to scroll back and find those. If you're an affiliate marketer and you want to find out which specific webinars those were, we can get you the links for those. And what's in it for clients, Jesse? You started out as a client. I remember the Victor Kayam commercials. I love the company so much I bought it. That was the old, I think Remington Shavers. He owned a pro football team or something, and he had some money. And he liked the shavers so much he bought the company. So Jesse liked it so much he joined us and is running the insurance program now out of Western Canada.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, as soon as I seen the plan, I was like, there's too much here not to get involved with. There's too much opportunity.
There's a lot of moving pieces. And for brokers, I know coming on, learning the new software is a little bit of a hurdle. But Jesse's here. Reach out to Jesse. Reach out to him about your marketing strategy. He's 8 years in now, full-time in marketing, online, social media, marketing funnels. Reach out. If you're a brokerage owner, reach out to us. We can help put a plan together for the office. Brokers, yeah. We talked about what's in it for brokers. Hey, if you're not on the affiliate program, all I got to say is you're missing out. We've met our quota, so we're not going to chase anymore. Brokers want to sign up. We'd love to have you on board. Just reach out, find out what's in it for you. And for us, yeah, there's always, your favorite radio station, WIIFM, right? What's in it for me? So this is what's in it for us. Everybody asks, well, if there's a program, what's in it for me? Well, we've explained, as a client, get on board. It costs $1. Affiliate marketers, it doesn't cost anything to get on the affiliate program. I mean, if $1's going to kill you, we just saved you $1. If you're down to your last dollar, we just saved you $1.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up the 5 circles of financial planning and give everybody a prelude here of what they're going to see. You see that full screen now, Jesse, the layout?
Yeah, not full screen, but we can see it.
How do we do this now?
I mean, we can see it. It's the window, anyways. It's good.
It's good. It'll suffice.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move us down here. These are the 5 circles of financial planning, and this handout is available. I'm going to make it available here. 5 circles. There, I'm sharing it on the right side. I believe that is the handout. You can download that if you're watching. If it's on the replay, just send us a message. We'll send a copy out to you. But what we do, in essence, over the 5 webinars, an hour on each section, we talk about each section, and then we get our listeners to give themselves a score out of 20 on each section. And you'd be surprised what the average score is. The average score is under 50. So the financial health of most Canadians is below 50%. And last time I checked, that's a failing grade. So if you want to know how to get these numbers up, it's very easy. We work chronologically from the left side over to the right. But if you have one area you want to start on, something you're having trouble with, we can always start there and work back, circle back to the beginning. But if you have debt and tax owing, there's no point in looking at financial planning. Your financial plan should be to get your taxes caught up, get your tax debt cleared up, and your personal debt cleared up. Because over your lifetime, tax and debt is the biggest erosion of wealth. 50% of the average Canadian's income goes to some sort of taxes over their lifetime when you combine tax and debt. And when we talk about debt, we talk about getting rid of bad debt versus good debt. There is good debt. Mortgage is good debt as long as you have the right mortgage. We have lots of mortgage brokers for you to work with. Insurance side, like we said, do you want your widow to be able to dress as nice as your spouse? Do you want your kids to be able to go to school if something happens to you? Post-secondary, it's not cheap nowadays. And like we said earlier in the webinar, there's 9 out of the top 10 uses for life insurance that you can utilize while you're alive. So why not take advantage of those? Retirement planning, if you don't know what your FIN number is, that stands for Financial Independence Number, circle number 3. you have no idea when you're going to be able to retire. Everybody says, well, I'd love to live on the beach and work on the beach. Well, wouldn't you love to live on the beach and not have to work on the beach? I mean, that would be ideal for those that like the beach. But by finding out your financial independence number, and that's a simple grade 3 math equation, it's your investments divided by your financial independence number. It gives you your retirement date. It's simple. And then you have a plan in place once you tune into webinar number 3, retirement investments and financial independence number. You have a roadmap how you're going to get to retirement. And then to make sure you get there is your health, critical illness and disability insurance. And then the 3 E's at the end: education, emergency plan, and estate planning. So your money goes into each section, but the goal is to pay the least amount of tax possible by law, get your debt cleared up, and then work with us along the way. We can work with every area of your finances. Pretty straightforward stuff, I think.
Yeah, I think it's really important information that a lot of people are lacking in their life.
And it's 5 hours you can watch. You can, what do they call it, binge watch. You can wait till they come out on YouTube, till Matt and Alicia, our administrators and marketing team put these out on the YouTube. We'll have a special channel, plus all the former webinars we did on the financial planning side, because we have special guests on each week from the top fund companies in Canada: Fidelity, Canada Life on the insurance side, Industrial Alliance. We're going to have some tax auditors, former tax auditors from CRA coming on the debt webinar, coming on the first week of September. Former CRA auditors telling you the tips and tricks how to not get audited. I mean, nobody wants to put their neck out on the chopping block. Better chance of getting your head cut off, right? Just don't put your head on the chopping block. Simple as that.
Well, that's pretty cool. You get advice on how to not get audited from the people who specialize in that.
Yeah, these guys are locally here in BC, but they're ventured out also now into Alberta and Ontario, and we're looking to do something together with them. We'll do a sneak preview there next week on the upcoming guests. We just have to finalize all the dates, and then you can put them on your calendar. Estate planning is we use Legal Shield for wills. And where can you get a will done for $45? You can't. At minimum here in Vancouver, it's $1,200 to $1,500 to get your will done. And every time there's a change in your life, you have to go in and get it amended. How many times do you want to take your kids in or out of the will? Every week. You can probably change it every week. But marital change, when you have new children, when somebody passes away in the family, the will changes. Probably once or twice a year you would have an excuse. But with Legal Shield, we'll talk about that in week 5. We'll have a special guest on from Legal Shield talking about how that works, and then all the other benefits with that program. And I believe it's as little as $45 a month to get a personal plan put together on the legal and will side. So those are things that'll we'll be covering in the 5 circles. And Jesse has a load of experience on the insurance side. So Jesse will be filling in a lot there in week number 2 in September. I'm just trying to find our slides here.
No, I'm excited for that because I need a little refresher on a lot of that stuff too.
Yeah, we're getting back into the financial planning side, getting closer to tax season. We've had a lot of fun on the marketing side, having guests on. Next week we have Kyle K, and Alicia can pop in some information on Kyle into the chat area. I'm just going to get the PowerPoint back up. There we go. Front and center. That's the affiliate program for mortgage brokers. We'll have our general affiliate program. You can go to mrtaxes.ca. The middle button on our homepage is the affiliate program for all affiliates. You can go there and get that link. I like this 4 quadrants here from Robert Kiyosaki. This is something that I heard a long time ago, but didn't have any clue on what it was about until I went off on my own. And you did that in 2016, Jess. I know, going off on your own. Let's see if we can move ourselves out of the way here. There we go. So tax tip for this week is become self-employed. Like we showed you our book, number 1 tax strategy in Canada is becoming self-employed. because then you can write off things that you're spending money on anyway. Jesse's been doing it now for going on 8 years. Have your taxes gone up or gone down?
My taxes have gone way down.
But you've made way more money. You know, we looked at that when we first did your review, and then you got to the point where you had to incorporate.
Yeah.
You know, there's
taxes went down again.
Yeah, it's that long road. It's like a golf game. You know, I heard Tony Robbins talk about this. He said, you know, when you hit it, I'm not a big golfer, but if you hit a golf ball and you're off by 0.1 degree, it's the difference of making $1 million a year and having to pay to golf. That's 0.1 degree, because on 400 meters, that's the difference between putting it in the lake and landing it on the green.
Yeah.
So it's just those small, subtle shifts. And that's what happens, you know, when you go into business. It's a little bit of a struggle at the start because you have the business stuff to deal with. But tax-wise, now you have way more deductions available to you. And a lot of people start off in the E quadrant. I'll just talk quickly about this, and Jesse, you could jump in as well. But when you have a job, you're an employee. The E quadrant, you have a JOB, stands for just over broke. And you're trading dollars for hours. You want to make more money, you got to work more hours. It leaves less time for you to do things that you like. But again, when you make more money as an employee, you pay way more taxes. Then a lot of people make the transition over to self-employed. And self-employed, you just don't really own a job. You still got to trade dollars for hours, because if you're not working and you don't have passive income, you're not making money. Then you become a true business owner and incorporate. And now that's where you can leverage having other people doing work, creating a system, creating a franchise, creating a product that you can mass produce and sell, have it outsourced, shipped off overseas somewhere to get produced for, you know, half the cost. There's ways of scaling the business, but tax-wise, this is a natural progression. And then as an investor, you have lifetime capital gains exemption, just over 900 grand. So why not invest in shares in Canadian company, in your own company, and have your money work for you? And that's what we talked about in week number 3, is the financial independence number. How much passive income do you need, you know, where your expenses start, or the money you're earning passively is able to handle your expenses. That's when you can truly retire, not have to worry about work. Some people phase out, some people work because they like it, not because they have to. That's a big difference. But that's a simple quadrant. You can look that up online. It's Robert Kiyosaki's 4 quadrants of financial planning, or the cash flow quadrant, he terms it as.
Yeah, that was one of the first books I ever read, was Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And that was an eye-opener for me.
One of the first books I read way back, I was maybe 16, was Art of the Deal by Donald Trump. And that, we're going back 40 years now. And he wrote that when he was an up-and-coming developer in New York, became president of the United States. And I just read yesterday somewhere online that his house was raided, his Key Largo estate in Florida was raided by the FBI. First time a president or vice president house has ever been searched by the FBI. So there's lots of political stuff going on. But those are all good books. Robert Kiyosaki, Donald Trump. You know, how many people become president of the most powerful country in the world?
Not very many.
You got to have something going for you. You got to have something going for you. It doesn't take much to become prime minister, I guess. Just become a high school art teacher, and then you can become prime minister of Canada. or be the son of a former prime minister. It helps. It didn't hurt.
I think that's the one that helped the most.
Yeah, it didn't hurt. Definitely didn't hurt. Okay, Q&A. I know we're going to have questions amongst ourselves. So September, first week in September, we're going to start the 5 circles of financial planning. We'll run through it September and then again in December, and then we'll have all those replays available on YouTube with all the previous years of archives that we have. We'll get those formatted and up on YouTube as well, so people can tune in, look at the different guests. For example, on the insurance side, each week when we're talking about insurance, we have a guest on. We try and change those guests up every time round for the 5 circles. If you have somebody that you'd like to suggest getting on, talk about their area of expertise. If it fits into estate planning, investments, health, emergency fund, education planning, those areas, reach out to us and we'll see if we, they're a good fit and we can get them on. Jesse, have any questions for this week?
No, I think I'm just mostly excited for that five-week series. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, and I'm going to put that, share that handout that we have again on the right side. If you're watching this on YouTube, I don't believe that will appear. It's only on the live webinar here. We're August 10th, 2022, 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Central. But that handout, if you're looking for it and you're on the replay, just reach out to us. It's a handout sheet. You can just draw 5 circles, draw the Olympic rings. Just don't try and sell it. You'll get sued for copyright infringement. But 5 circles, 5 squares, 5 pentagons, whatever your star sign is. But it's really just 5 areas of financial planning, and it's a natural progression through. Give yourself a score each week and see what you get out of 100. Tune into that 5-week series starting September 1st. I know Jesse will be tuning in.
Well, I'll be there with bells on.
Yeah, well, getting closer to Christmas as well. Q&A. We don't have any questions in here. Everybody knows everything they need to know about financial planning and affiliate marketing. Well, how about top marketing tip for the week?
Top marketing tip.
You go out on a limb and give your top financial planning tip, and I'll try and pull a marketing tip out of my hat.
Okay.
We'll switch it up this week. Stump the host.
Yeah. My top financial planning tip, not being a professional in this industry, but and not giving financial advice, because I got to be careful what I say here. But I would say become self-employed and look into the corporate life insurance strategy for tax saving, because that is every single person I ever talked to about that, their eyes look like they want to pop out of their head, because they're like, I don't, like, this is possible. This, you can do this and this is legal, right? And most people are just, mind blown that that's even a strategy. So that would be my number one.
Yeah, and if you have life insurance already and you have a side hustle, that strategy really works best once you incorporate. So if you're self-employed, hey, it's great that you have insurance. You have your family covered, your mortgage covered, etc. But you can really pour gas on the fire or leverage that insurance policy if it is owned by a corporation or a holding company. Either way, reach out to us, and you can get that. That's a great tip, and it's a little goal you can put up on the wall as well. If you're self-employed, at what point do I incorporate? Put that up on the wall and make that one of your goals, a target, something to shoot for. It might be a dollar value that you have to hit, and it depends on your personal situation, but we can help figure that all out. My top marketing tip, now you're going to stump me. See, what do they say? I just watched something on criminal profiling. They say when you look up to the right, it means you're thinking or something. Yeah, looking up to the right, somewhere up there. Oh, I just saw it. I'm going to suggest, marketing, when we started getting really into the marketing before we hired full-time marketing people, I was overwhelmed with all the social media. But I think if you're starting out, whether you're a mortgage broker, affiliate marketer, stick to one social media channel and get to know it inside out, upside down. Algorithms, marketing strategies, their paid marketing strategy, whether you pay for advertising or not, find out how it works. And learn that one social media channel inside out. Become the go-to person, because now that we've got into, to most of the top social media channels, they all work relatively the same. So once you learn one and you learn it inside out, then you can expand and move into the other ones a lot easier. Instead of trying to learn them all at the same time. Take it one module at a time, one social media channel at a time, and whether it's Instagram, TikTok, if you like the fun videos, create some TikTok videos. If you like being serious, go on LinkedIn. Pick your social media channel of choice and use that as a starting point.
I think that's a great tip, because a lot of people, they'll try to do too much and they'll burn themselves out. They won't become a master at one of them. You know, it's better to be a master at one than half-ass at 5.
Yeah, and by the time you learn, you know, you're trying to jump around from social media channel to social media channel. It changes every week. So get up to speed on one, find out how often the changes happen, and that way you can set up a schedule. We've had different guests on, that offered different advice on different marketing schedulers. Some of them had free handouts. I know Brittany from Empty Desk Solutions, and she's had a few guests on that she's brought on with her onto our affiliate webinars. So reach back if you're on the YouTube channel here, reach back through the archives and look for a couple of those. And, tune in. You can fast forward through and just jump to the juicy stuff and grab the tips and get on with it.
Yep.
Let's see here. Who's going to throw a question in the chat area? We're just going to stay silent here till somebody throws a question in. Alicia put something in the chat. Verstlook.com is Kyle K's software that I believe he's partnering in. They'll be on next week with his partner. So Kyle will be on the 17th of August, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 Central, talking about his marketing software. We'll have a few more marketing affiliate webinars before September. Then we'll jump back in, head first into the financial planning side.
Should be a good time.
It's always a good time. No time like a good time. So what's up this week, Jess, before we wrap up?
Just keeping up on the paid ads that we're running and making sure that everything's moving forward. And
yeah, Facebook is giving us grief week to week.
That's a marketing tip in itself. Is if you don't understand Facebook advertising or paid advertising, find someone who does, because it's like I told you, Rob, at the very beginning, it's not a fun journey to get Facebook on board with some of the stuff that we want to accomplish, but there's always workarounds. There's always ways to get the mission accomplished.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this and you're an affiliate marketer, a YouTube marketer, Facebook, etc., reach out to Jesse. He's got some good tips, and maybe we'll follow up on that one of the last few episodes here in August before we get into the financial planning side. Something to look forward to next week. Let's talk a little bit about the Facebook marketing and give the viewers some tips and how to get started. Maybe take it to the next level. Take it to that next level. Okay, music, videos. What are we going to end it off with? I know we've played Mike on how to set up your CRA account. We've had yours truly, Robert Stone, on his Smash Bash and kick it in the you-know-what. But we're going to end it off with a CRA video, how to set up your corporate CRA account so you can log in, find out what's happening with your GST, payroll, dividend, contractor payments, etc. Find out what, the status of your account balances, etc. Making sure your payments are getting in, making sure nobody else is using your account. Get set up. It's called My Business Account with CRA. We'll leave it on that, and we'll see everybody next week.
How to register for My Business Account. To get started, go to canada.ca/my-CRA-business-account and select CRA Register. To validate your identity, enter your social insurance number. Next, enter your postal code or zip code, date of birth, and an amount you entered on one of your income tax and benefit returns from the current tax year or the previous one. Then, select a delivery method for a CRA security code, which is required to gain full access to My Business Account. Depending on the delivery method you have chosen, you will be asked to confirm your current postal code or zip code, or enter your email address. The next step will be to create a CRA user ID and password. Then, select and answer 5 security questions. Review and agree to the terms and conditions of use by entering your password and selecting I agree. If you have chosen to have a CRA security code issued via email, you will now be asked to contact the CRA. Registration is now complete until you receive your code. Once you do, log in and enter it. Review and agree to the My Business Account terms and conditions of use. Then, provide your business number. You will now have full access to My Business Account.